Marnus, third century in a row. You must be seeing it like a watermelon out there.
Uh, yeah, look, it's pretty. I just feel like I'm batting it. I'm not necessarily setting out to, in my head. It's just more just a ball by ball process. But yeah, it's great to make big contributions for Australia. It's it is great to get us in a position where we can kick on tomorrow.
Marnus, I know you've spoken a lot in the past about how it's been a weird and wild ride to get here, but could you have at any point envisaged at the start of the summer, or even a year ago, that you would be hitting 3 straight centuries for Australia to start a home summer?
No. I think it was something that I wanted to do and probably more of a dream, but for it to become reality is quite a different look. It's good. Like you said, you never want to take any runs for Australia for granted. It's you always want to make, when you get in, like today, it's make sure you get a big score because cricket can be a tough game. And it's just make sure you cash in when you're batting well.
If I could go a second one, sorry. I think after Brisbane, you spoke about the fact that you had to keep reminding yourself to be patient and take ones down to long on or whatever to get yourself to 100. But did that enter your mind at all today? Because obviously you did exactly the opposite of that and shave a long run.
I don't know. I got within one shot and I sort of just, I wanted to do it because they were quite up. It was quite a tough field because they had those offside fielders, so scoring was quite slow. So, I was kind of just waiting for the right ball so I could come and got it. I didn't get all of it too, so I was kind of watching to see if it just went over. So luckily enough, it did.
Marnus, Tim Payne said yesterday that you were actually given the option of coming in at number 5. I'm not sure exactly when that conversation happened, but basically you really wanted to bat number 3. Can you sort of just talk us through that conversation and your attitude to really taking the responsibility at 3?
Not completely sure about that example, but Justin did ask me when I was when we were at the Gabba, because we waited so long to bat, and you burn a lot of mental energy when you're next in. And he said, do you want to go down? I kind of laughed. I was like, you're joking, aren't you? You're kidding. And he was. I still don't know if he was being serious. And I was like, I'm definitely not letting Smithy bat in front of me. No chance. So, I really enjoy batting at number 3. I enjoy getting out there. I think, sitting and watching is quite draining. So I've had to do that a few times, which has been great from a team. But it's good to get out there batting at number 3. Yeah.
And Australia's had a lot of number 3s over the years since Ricky Ponting retired, and with varying degrees of success. But do you feel like part of your success is that you really do want that responsibility and that challenge?
I don't know. I mean, I really do enjoy batting at number 3, but by no means am I comparing myself to Ricky Ponting or players of that calibre. But for me, it's just about making big contributions, and if I do get in, making sure that those contributions aren't small hundreds or 50s or 60s, that they're big scores to put Australia in good positions.
Manus, like great batsmen always talk about problem solving while they're out there. So today, knock in particular, do you think you had to do a lot of that, considering there were like different types of attack, like Wagner bowling differently, Saudi?
Yeah, there was a little bit out there, obviously, with the wicket and the ball. So, you just have to keep adapting to where they want to get you out and just sort of read the game. I think, I enjoy doing that part of the game. So just reading the game and trying to stay ahead of the game and understanding where they want to get you out and then to counter that, how you're going to score from that.
And just you and the chewing gum, has that always been a thing? Have you always used it to to help you concentrate, from a young age?
No, I started it in, I think it was the second game in county championship last year, and it was something that I just used because at times, when you're playing so much cricket, you feel like you need something to get you going and to get you in the contest, and sort of over a long period of time, it's actually helped me relax in between because subconsciously I'm blowing bubbles. I'm not necessarily thinking about doing that, but it seems to be helping me and keeping my mind at rest in between balls.
Out of the 300s you've scored in a row, today's in 40 degrees against an attack that was pretty consistent on that pitch. Did that feel like the hardest working of the three?
No 100 it comes easy, but today there was definitely patches where you had to scoring really dried up completely, and you just had to be patient and trust that you were going to come out the other side. Obviously playing at Adelaide Oval and the Gabba, it's quite quick, and they both have, obviously the Gabba's quite short straight and Adelaide's quite short square, so you potentially get a few more scoring shots just because when the ball gets through the infield it runs for 4.
You've done a lot of stuff with Steve over the last few months. It seemed today out there, he was finding it a bit harder. What was... talk us through some of the conversations you two had out in the middle.
You'd be surprised, we don't actually talk much out there. We talk more off the field, but we don't really talk much. If there's a bit of swing or something sort of unforeseen is going on, or we would discuss it there. But in terms of out there, we're not really talking. We're not really talking that much about. We're talking about the game, but he's working stuff out by himself. He's the best batsman in the world for a reason. So he's and you could see as that innings progressed, he was getting the rhythm and the timing. So
Marnus, just on those conversations off the field with Steve, he's obviously been in runs of form like you're enjoying at the moment before. Does he have anything to say about how you go when you're in that kind of a zone? He's spoken before about just things, the game just seems to come to him in periods like that. Has he spoken to you about it?
No, we haven't really spoken to... when's he really been out of form is the question. He scores runs pretty consistently, so... but it's just about riding the wave, not trying to get too high when you are going well. So it's just about trying to keep everything consistent, keep it real process-driven in terms of your mind. It's not necessarily about, it's great to get runs, but just making sure you're doing this, your routines, whatever you're thinking, keeping that clear mind on the field. And then from there, you're just playing the ball as it comes. And I think, it's easy when you're in form. People say you sometimes nick balls more when you're in form because you're seeing it well. So it's making sure you're still really, real high price on decision making.
There's a fair chance New Zealand will be a bowler short for the rest of the match with Ferguson off with a calf injury. How much of an advantage is that for you guys, especially given the heat?
So did you say bowling short?
There might be one bowler short.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant bowling bumpers, I said.
Ferguson's got a calf injury and he might not be able to bowl again, depending on scans. How much of an advantage would that be for you guys, especially given the heat?
This is the first I've heard of his injury. I think one of the boys said when we came back in that he pulled up an injury, but me and Steve didn't even know. So, obviously it's a massive advantage that they do have an all-rounder in their side, so that does probably lighten the load a little. But it's a massive advantage if we can really bat well tomorrow and keep him out there. I think batters, we just got to keep putting those runs on the board, and with our world-class bowling attack, then, it gives them the upper hand.
Great. Thank you. Did the pitch change much over the course of the day?
I thought it was a bit slower when I first came to the crease, and then so as the innings went, it's sometimes hard to judge because the ball goes a little bit softer with a pink ball. So... But I think it did get quicker as the day went on. Obviously, with the heat and the conditions, that definitely plays a part in obviously how fast the bowlers can bowl, because 41-degree heat, it's pretty tough work. A little bit, but nothing at this stage that's gonna play a part for the next couple of days at least.